Hello everyone, T.Rex here, and today we're going to be fixing the Hammond Collection T.Rex feet, because the raptor feet that I fixed turned out really good. Look at them. They look so nice and small and all that great and all that niceness. And so after fixing all my raptors up and making them looking all good and they all stand just fine with the smaller feet, I decided to bring out my big old Hammond T-Rex and fix its feet too. So this is the foot that's actually been worked on. This is the foot that isn't, and stuff you're going to need for this project mask, because you need to use a Dremel. You don't have to, but a sander, you can, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But some of these little toothpicks that I've cut up, 6 of them in total, an X-Acto blade, a big X-Acto blade, because it's going to take a lot of work cutting through that plastic. And yeah, and definitely a mask if you use a Dremel to use a sander, because I have a little sander attachment with it so I can sand it out. And that's what the mask's for, because a lot of Rexo bits start going everywhere. And these are the bits that are cut off from the foot right here. This is what's been cut off of this T-Rex foot. And what has been cut off is pretty much, if we bring up the 2 feet here, you can see right now, this is the foot that's been fixed. This is the foot that hasn't yet. So what I ended up doing is I can bring the light in better so we can see the feetsies. It will zoom in, maybe, if the camera will let me. There we go. Is I cut, let's see, I'm just going to move it in a little bit. I cut these 2 sections out. So I cut here and here. So I went whack and whack. And then same thing here, whack there, then whack and whack. Just leaving this bit of the toes left. And then I just like the raptor feet, I just took the foot and pushed it in. And here is the foot that is not yet done, because I just wanted to show you this part of the step here, how I got the foot here. And unlike the raptors, which I just glued on, I decided to actually Dremel a hole through there to make sure that it's going to hold nice and stable. And the reason why this one slips out is because I had to make this hole a little bit bigger, because it was a little too high, so I had to Dremel a little bit deeper, and so that's nice and flush with the bottom. But those are how the toes are plugged in, so you can see. And then I also use the sander to just smooth this out so it's nice and flush here. Because unlike the raptors, which is easier to make a simple cut to make it nice and flat and flush, way difficult with these. So I definitely had to use my big sander to get that nice and cleaned up. But yeah, also we're going to need some super glue. And now that I got my super glue out of my drawer, what I'm going to do right now is, you can see there's a bunch of gunk around the toes right now. Just because I just finished sanding them and getting all cleaned up, but now there's a bunch of excess stuff here. And these are just slipped in and slipped out, so I just need to also super glue these and slip them in there, get them all secured. And these feet aren't going to come off after I fix them up here. So what I'm going to do right now is just smooth these out, clean up all this excess plastic that's just on the foot here, and just get it all smoothed out, and that's fine. I'll just kind of clean that up. So I'll come back to you after I get these footies all cleaned up. Okay, and now the foot has been all cleaned up, and there's still been Rex's bits all over the place. But that's been all cleaned up now, and now all that I need to do is apply some super glue to these points, and it should be all good to go. And look how nice that foot looks. It doesn't take a whole lot for here. But so we're just going to take my super glue and get this all ready to go. So we'll start with this little toesy. So we'll pull out the little toothpick there, and then we'll just put the super glue first on the toothpick. It could be put in there, but I'm just going to put it on the toothpick. So we'll just get it on there, like so. And then I'll slip it right into that hole. There we go. And we'll zoom in the camera so you can see a little better. And then I'm going to apply some super glue also to the outer of this. So we'll just go like that. And do it some more, like that, and then put it on the extra pike right there. Make sure it's been all put on there. That looks good. Smooth that out. Clean anything up right there. Get it all over my fingers. Then we take the claw, and slip it on. And just make sure that the claw's facing straight enough. And there is one already, all done. And now we move on to the big one. So we'll just slip this on out and do the same thing. And there we go! The foot has been all glued together and it looks good. I like it. It's turned out not too shabby. you know, hooked together there, fixed up, and it looks pretty darn good. Doesn't look all that bad, especially when it's on a shelf. And, you know, it looks fine. Yeah, I'm liking it. I like it. And there's, once again, the feet side by side right there, as you can see. The complete difference in the 2 feet. Yeah, definitely not a day right there. And now with the other foot done and looking nice and not so big, we're going to go ahead and fix this foot, and you get to watch me do it. That's right. You did get to watch me the first time, but this time I'm going to be showing you how exactly I'm going to be cutting this foot up. So what I'm going to do first, we're going to start with this toe here, and again we're going to be cutting these 2 sections out. Let me just look and make sure I'm doing this correctly with the other foot. Yep. So we're just going to cut these 2 out. And what I like to do is start back here. And again, if you want to heat up the foot and pop it out that way, it's fine. So I'm just going to make sure I cut this right. So we're going to start, right here. And that's pretty much where we're going to be cutting all of them. So you're going to just, I'll just do a line so I don't forget where I'll be cutting these toes off here. Let me just make sure I'm counting correctly. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this one's going to be cut here. I'm just going to do a line. And there we go. And then the other one, just making sure again where I'm cutting. Let's see. Just making sure 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So here, is that right? Is that right? I don't think that's right. Let's see. We'll cut in here. To here. Yeah. So notice 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, yeah. Just making sure I'm getting the right areas. So that's been marked out. And then we're going to be slicing to this point with the big one. So we're just going to make a mark there. And then with the smaller one, we're going to be cutting to this mark here. So we're essentially taking out this chunk here, this chunk here, and the other chunk there. So here we go. And you can go careful and nice and slow here. All you have to do is just move back and forth and just move it back and forth. That's all you have to do. And if you need to get a better angle at some point, you can do that. Sometimes I like to pull it back a little bit and get it in there. But make sure you don't start doing double cuts. So just make sure you keep it nice as in there and straight as possible. But sanding it out will fix the problem. Now once you get to this point, it's way easier to cut, so we'll just find that other line and start cutting. Okay, so for this one, I'm just going to cut off this piece right here. We're going to cut this little slip off just because I looked at the other toe, and I definitely need to make sure I cut them correctly. So with a slice right here. Whew! Whew! Definitely a good workout there. Hands are nice and cramped and sore now. Whew! But that's the end of this tool right there. So I'll just put that away, lock it up for safety. And yeah, so that has been that part. And now it's time for the Dremel part, which unfortunately I can't show because it's in my downstairs yeah, I can't get the camera down there. I have to be like really close and get that Dremel. But it's pretty simple, it's self-explanatory. I'm just going to take the Dremel. First, I'm going to smooth this out because right now when you try to attach it, actually this one is not too bad. This one's pretty nice and flat. I need a little bit of a sand out just to make sure the toe's a little bit better. But yeah, just a little. Yeah, see how that one's pointing really high up? It needs to be a little angled down. So I'll be sanding this down and cleaning that up. Sanding this one too. So after it's done sanding them, I'm going to take a driller and just drill a hole. Boom, right here. Drill a hole there. Attach, attach, attach. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be right back to where we're going to be attaching everything, just like we did to the other foot here. So 1 second while I get this foot all fixed up and ready to be reattached. There, that's the word. And now everything cleaned up, we now glue them all in place. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just get it to it. And also you might be wondering how deep the holes are. How deep do I drill? I just drilled, probably goes pretty far back there. I just drilled to make sure there's enough room to make sure that they fit in there. Not an exact science. I didn't mind doing anything like that. Just drill a hole, and you know, once it's deep enough, yeah, it's good. So that's all I did there. And here we have the Hammond Collection Tyrannosaurus Rex with the proper sized feet. And I think the feet look so much better now. Look at those. Look at those beauties. They're not super long or super squished like they were. They're nice and compact now. And I think that looks so much better. I'll bring them in here for a better look so you can see them. Look at that. That looks so nice. That looks so nice. Doesn't look bad at all. And I also did her eyes. That's a different video if you want to check that out. But I fixed the eyes too because the eyes were incorrect. They had the cat eyes, which are incorrect. The T-Rex has a pupil and not that kind of cat eyes. That does not have raptor eyes. So I fixed that as well on her. And yeah, she just looks so much better now. And she can stand just fine, you know, right like that. Without it, I can probably lean her up and she'll stand even better. So there you go. She doesn't need big feet. So Mattel's excuse for big feet to make him stand is completely false. And we'll also position her down like that. So you can see that she's still perfectly standing with no issue at all. So this has been amazing. I'm happy. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm so happy. Yeah, this looks so nice. So that has been how you can fix the Hammond Collection T-Rex feet. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed checking it out. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Until then, have a great day. And goodbye, everybody.